Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to explore something simple but powerful: what happens when Tuna steps into her garden, cooks a meal from what she grows, and Alex realizes that real happiness isn't in money or success. It's right there at the bamboo table. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Late afternoon comes in with warm, honey-colored light. The bamboo canopy over the backyard filters the sun into soft patches, and the ground is still damp from earlier rain. Tuna steps out barefoot, letting the cool soil cling to her feet like it's saying, "Slow down, you're home." She doesn't rush. She walks straight to the small garden behind the house, where the greens are thick and lively. Her fingers brush over the water, spinach leaves first, gentle and familiar, like she's greeting an old friend. The air smells clean, rain-soaked earth, fresh leaves, a faint sweetness from tomatoes that are finally ripe. Tuna bends and starts harvesting, one plant at a time. She picks cherry tomatoes that look small but feel heavy, like they're full of sunshine. She snips a bundle of sweet potato vines, then reaches deeper for a few purple yams hiding under the soil. Everything she takes feels earned, but it also feels freely given, like the land is generous when you treat it with patience. And while she works, you can see her shoulders loosen. There's no phone buzzing, no numbers to calculate, no list shouting at her to hurry up. Just her breath, the soft rustle of bamboo leaves above, and the quiet rhythm of picking what's ready. She pauses, lifts her face into the breeze, and the wind pushes a few strands of hair off her cheek. The bamboo whispers overhead like a lullaby with no words. A faint smile shows up, small enough you might miss it if you blink, but it's there. It's the kind of smile that says, "This is enough. I'm okay." She hugs the fresh bundle to her chest and walks back toward the open bamboo kitchen, feeling lighter, like she's set down something heavy without even noticing. At the bamboo sink, crystal clear water pours from a spout in a steady stream. It's one of those sounds that calms you down, like distant laughter from a hidden creek. Tuna lays the greens on a worn wooden chopping board, and the slanted sunlight catches every drop clinging to the leaves, making them sparkle. She rinses slowly, one leaf, one root, one bundle at a time. She doesn't treat it like a chore. It's more like a ritual, like she's washing away not just dirt, but worry. The water slips between her fingers and carries tiny grains of soil away, along with the leftover tension from the day. When she starts slicing, the knife is wooden, and it makes a soft whisper against the board. No sharp metal clack, just a quiet, dry sound that fits the place. She closes her eyes for a heartbeat and breathes in the smell of newly washed greens, raw, honest, alive. And you can almost hear what she's thinking without her saying it. All the fancy things people chase can feel empty, but this is real. Her hand pauses over a purple sweet potato, solid and warm from the sun. She holds it for a second, then starts cutting again, steady and calm. The whole kitchen feels like it has its own heartbeat, water running, leaves moving, Tuna working with her hands the way she always has. By the time the afternoon light turns softer, the bamboo roof above the kitchen glows amber. That's when Alex appears on the narrow stone path, walking carefully, like he doesn't want to break the peaceful mood. He doesn't come in loud, no big greeting, no dramatic entrance, just the soft crunch of his steps, the faint movement of bamboo leaves as the wind slides through. He has a clean, coarse cloth in one hand. His eyes land on Tuna first, her back slightly curved, as she stirs a pot over a low fire. He watches her for a moment, like he's taking a mental picture, and then he quietly moves to the long bamboo table. Alex unfolds the cloth and starts wiping the tabletop in slow circles. It's simple, but there's something careful about it, like he's wiping away more than dust. The cloth drags gently over the bamboo grain, and that sound mixes with the running water and the distant garden breeze. When his hand presses near the edge, the table gives a tiny creak-aged bamboo answering him back, reminding him that everything here is alive. Alex looks up just as Tuna glances over her shoulder. They don't smile big, they don't even speak, but there's a look that passes between them, quiet gratitude, quiet understanding, the kind that doesn't need words. Alex keeps wiping, slower now, as if he's letting the moment stretch. He sets down bamboo bowls and chopsticks with almost ceremonial care, placing them one by one. Each soft clink disappears into the quiet. He arranges 2 place settings facing each other, lined up neatly, close enough to feel connected but not so close it feels forced. He adjusts a chopstick that's slightly crooked, then pauses with his hand resting on the table. His expression changes, subtle but real. Not the confident CEO face, not the "I'm in control" mask, more like a man realizing that joy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just setting a table for 2 while someone you love cooks with food grown by her own hands. Behind him, the pot begins to steam. Tuna stirs slowly, making steady circles with a wooden ladle. The steam rises in soft curls, carrying a clean, fragrant sweet potato leaves, tomatoes, yams, and a simple broth that smells like earth and growth. There's no heavy spice trying to impress anyone, just honest food. She seasons with a pinch of sea salt and a few wild herbs, careful as if she's balancing the whole mood of the evening. The aroma spreads through the bamboo kitchen, slipping into the open air and mixing with the scent of wet soil outside. Tuna closes her eyes and takes a long breath, and you can almost see her exhale release something old: exhaustion, pressure, all those invisible worries that sit on your chest when life moves too fast. When she opens her eyes, she stares at the gentle bubbling like it's proof that peace can exist, even if the world outside is noisy. She turns the heat down and lets the pot rest. For a moment, she just stands there listening, bamboo rustling, water trickling, her own heartbeat steady. Then, she reaches for the pot with both hands. Tuna carries it to the center of the table, and the steam rises like thin silk. Alex steps back a little to give her space, watching her set everything down. A plate of bright boiled greens, slices of golden roasted sweet potato, the simple vegetables arranged neatly like they matter because they do. They move in quiet sync now, placing bowls and chopsticks without needing to talk. The sky outside fades into pale rose and soft violet, and that color brushes their faces through the open kitchen. They sit across from each other, the distance just right. No speeches, no dramatic music, just the shared moment where they both lift their chopsticks and take the first bite. Tuna chews slowly, then looks up. Alex meets her eyes, and in that look there's relief, gratitude, and something steady. We're here. We chose this, and we don't need anything more right now. Tuna's lips curve into a gentle smile. Alex answers with a small nod, like he's saying, "Yeah, this is it." And the meal begins, slow and complete, with the evening settling around them like a quiet blanket. For a while, they eat without talking, not because anything is wrong, more like the silence feels right. The kind of silence you don't have to fill, because it's already full of something warm. The only sounds are small and steady. Bamboo chopsticks tapping the rim of a bowl, the soft chew of roasted sweet potato, the wind threading through the bamboo leaves like it's playing its own quiet music. Somewhere close, water keeps running in a thin trickle, and every now and then a bird calls once, then goes quiet again. Tuna lifts a piece of sweet potato leaf from the broth. It's still bright green, still glistening, and when she tastes it, there's that clean mix of sweetness and a gentle bitterness that only garden food has. It doesn't taste fancy. It tastes honest, like it came from real work, real soil, real time. Alex eats slower than usual too. If you know him, you'd probably expect him to finish fast, stand up, check his phone, move to the next thing. But out here, he doesn't do that. He holds each bite a second longer, like he's letting it remind him of something he forgot. He glances at Tuna, then glances away, then looks back again, not in a nervous way, more like he's studying the calm on her face, the way her shoulders sit lower, The way her eyes don't look tired the way they used to in the city. Finally, Alex breaks the silence, but he keeps his voice low, like he's trying not to disturb the peace. "It's funny," he says, almost to himself. "All those years I thought, if I worked harder, everything would feel better." Tuna doesn't answer right away. She takes another small bite, then looks up. "And did it?" she asks softly. Alex lets out a quiet breath, almost a laugh, but it isn't really humor. "No," he admits. "It just made me feel like I was always late, like I was always chasing something that kept moving." Tuna nods like she understands exactly what he means. "I used to chase too," she says. "Not money, just safety. I thought if I tried hard enough, I could stop life from hurting us." Alex's chopsticks pause in midair. He looks at her more directly now. "You did," he says. "You protected Henry. You protected yourself. You did more than most people could." Tuna's eyes soften, and for a moment, she looks like she wants to brush the compliment away. But she doesn't. She just lowers her gaze to her bowl and says, "Sometimes it didn't feel like protection. Sometimes it just felt like surviving." Alex nods slowly, like he's accepting something important. "And now?" he asks. Tuna hesitates. She listens to the wind for a second, like she's checking her own heart for the answer. "Now I want to live," she says quietly. "Not just survive. I want Henry to grow up and remember peace, not stress." Alex's expression changes again, small but real, like something inside him clicks into place. He reaches for his bowl, takes a bite, and then says, "I want that too." They go back to eating, but the silence is different now. It's not just quiet, it's connected, like they just set something down together, something heavy they didn't even realize they'd been carrying. As the light fades further, the bamboo kitchen turns into a soft, shadowy world, tinted purple and blue by the evening sky. No one rushes to turn on bright lights. The dimness feels gentle. The steam from the pot rises slower now, and the air cools in a way that makes you want to pull your sleeves down and breathe deeper. Tuna stands to refill the broth, and Alex stands too without thinking, reaching for the pot handle to help. Their hands don't even bump. They move like they've practiced this kind of teamwork for a long time. Tuna catches his eye, and she smiles small, genuine. Alex tilts his head like he's making a decision and says, "You know, I didn't realize how tired I was until I came here." Tuna sits back down, folds her hands around her bowl for warmth. "Tired from work?" Alex shakes his head. "Not just work. Tired from acting like I'm fine all the time." That hits a little deeper than he probably planned. Alex glances away quickly, like he doesn't want it to become dramatic. But Tuna doesn't push. She just watches him with a calm that makes it safe to keep talking. "I always thought," Alex continues, "if I stayed strong, then everyone would be okay. That's what I learned. That's what I was taught. But sometimes, being strong just means being alone." Tuna's eyes shine, but she doesn't cry. She reaches across the table and taps his fingers lightly with the tips of hers, barely a touch. But it's enough to say, "I hear you. You're not alone," she says, simple and steady. Alex swallows, then gives a small nod. "I know," he says. "I'm trying to learn how to actually believe it." They eat a little more, slower now as the bowl's empty. The food is simple, but the warmth stays. It's not just in their stomachs, it's in the way the evening holds them, in the way the bamboo leaves keep moving like a soft curtain, in the way the world feels far away without feeling threatening. When they're almost finished, Tuna looks past Alex toward the darker part of the yard, where the garden sits quietly after giving everything it needed to give. "Tomorrow I want to plant more," she says. "Maybe some herbs near the path, so when you walk by you'll smell them." Alex's mouth curves, almost amused. "So you want to trap me with smells now?" Tuna laughs softly. Not loud, just a quick, real laugh that feels like it comes from her chest instead of her nerves. Maybe, she says, so you don't run back to the city too fast. Alex leans back slightly, pretending to think. Okay, he says. Then tomorrow I'll help, but you have to tell me what not to ruin. Tuna shakes her head, smiling. I'll make a list, she teases. Step 1, don't step on my seedlings. Alex raises a hand like he's swearing an oath. I promise, he says, I will respect your tiny plants. They both smile, and the tension that used to live in their days feels like it's been replaced by something lighter, something that doesn't demand perfection, just presence. The last of the broth is gone. Alex sets his chopsticks down gently, like he doesn't want to end the moment too abruptly. Tuna wipes her hands with a cloth, then sits back and just looks at the sky through the bamboo canopy. The afterglow is almost gone now, and a few early stars show up faint at first, then clearer as the darkness deepens. The wind cools their cheeks. Somewhere in the distance, water keeps murmuring like it's telling the same story over and over. Alex follows Tuna's gaze. Do you ever think, he says quietly, that we spent too long thinking happiness was somewhere else? Tuna tilts her head, considering. Maybe, she says, but maybe we needed to be tired of somewhere else before we could see here. Alex nods like that answer lands exactly where it needs to. He turns his head to look at her, and there's something soft in his eyes, admiration, gratitude, and that quiet relief that comes when you stop fighting the moment. They don't say much after that. They just sit, letting the night arrive, fully. Eventually, Tuna starts clearing the bowls, and Alex stands up to help right away. There's no I'll do it later. No, you rest. Just both of them moving together, rinsing dishes at the bamboo sink, the water sounding brighter in the dark. When everything is clean, they return to the table for a second, not to eat, just to be. Alex rests his palms on the bamboo surface and breathes in. The scent of cooked greens still lingers, mixed with rain-damp earth and the faint sweetness from tomato vines. This is a good life, Alex says, barely above a whisper. Tuna looks at him, then looks out at the quiet garden, and her smile returns steady this time. It is, she says, and it's enough. They sit there until the air cools too much to ignore, and then they finally stand and walk back toward the house side by side, their steps slow, like they're carrying something delicate. Not sadness, not worry, just a piece they don't want to spill. Behind them, the bamboo leaves keep rustling. The water keeps trickling. The garden rests in the dark, ready for tomorrow. And the quiet they found at that table stays with them not as a temporary break, but as a reminder. Sometimes the most beautiful days aren't the loud ones. Sometimes it's just a simple meal, grown by your own hands, shared with the person you choose, while the world finally quiets down enough for you to hear your own heart. In the late afternoon, Tuna gathers vegetables from the garden, moving slowly and barefoot, finding calm in soil, wind, and simple work. She washes and cooks what the land provides, letting go of pressure and noise. Alex joins her quietly, not with words but with presence, wiping the bamboo table and setting 2 bowls. Together they prepare a humble meal, grown by hand and shared without rush. As steam rises and daylight fades, they eat in silence, listening to leaves, water, and their own breathing. Conversation comes softly, about exhaustion, survival, and choosing peace over endless striving. They realize happiness was never somewhere else, but here, in simplicity, honesty, and being together. The meal ends, night settles in, and the garden rests. What remains is a shared understanding. A slower life, rooted in care, is not escape, but enough today.